Okay, so if you came from a previous video, you've seen that we've created a React app so far, and there's the live number one, live number two in the same channel. They've created really quickly one blog that is fetching the posts from Dev2. So this is not hosted, like the content's not in our application, it's automatically being fetched from Dev2 using their API. If I go to my page, the last post is like sum up. If you click it, starts with this is a summary. So if you come here, this is our React app, and you click at sum up, and the first phrase is this is a summary. It doesn't look good so far, but you can improve the CSS later. Uh, what matters here is that we can now use Dev2 as a CMS for a blog. So you can write your blog posts directly on Dev2, upload images there, do everything there, and your blog is going to be automatically updated. That's pretty cool. Now, we need to host it somewhere because for now it's only hosted in your own machine, so nobody can use it, right? And the good news are that GitHub allows you to do that. And what we're gonna use for that is very simple. This video should be pretty short if everything goes out pretty well, turns out pretty well. I'm gonna move myself to the side. So yarn at GitHub pages dev. This is gonna install the GitHub pages package. Dev is just to make it dev dependency. We don't need that in production, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna run it and it's gonna install the dependency. And while it's doing that, we can go to the package.json file. All we need to do is add a property homepage here. And I don't know why every blog post that I find online, they put HTTP and not use HTTPS. Come on, what year are we? Uh, right? We don't want to use HTTP, and I have to improve my typing. And here we have a few scripts. We're gonna need to add something else, and I never remember this kind of stuff, so I'm gonna go to GitHub pages. I don't know, let's ask React app. When you don't know things, you ask Google, right? And you click in the first result. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, these are the scripts we're looking for. So I don't know. I don't know why we need the pre-deploy because it's only running the build, right? But whatever. If we add these two scripts, uh, let's take a look at the changes and what does it look like now. We have the log file. Okay, we added this property. We added these two scripts and we added this to GitHub pages. We could just deploy it now, but since I know one gotcha that's really important, and the first time I tried to do that, because this is the second time, but it was a couple of years ago, I struggled so much to understand what was going on, and I'm not even sure if I fully understand it today. But the fact that you use the browser router is an issue with GitHub. Why? I'm not a specialist, but what hash router is going to do is that is going to allow us to use the routing system of your own application. So it's going to do kind of a routing in the front end. Uh, And in the other hand, if you use the browser router, your URLs are going to look more like this. I'm going to show it here. Like so, let's say, let's just copy something from the browser. So, okay, this. And let's say you're hosted in this page. Everything else is gonna go like this: posts and the ID of the posts. If you use the hash router and your application is hosted here in React GitHub pages, it's just gonna add this. But this is gonna allow us to use the routing system of your front end instead of using, because by default you're gonna go through the GitHub routing system. And if you try to look for this URL on GitHub, GitHub's gonna automatically return A404 because the path is not found. I don't want to go deeper on that. So that should be all. It's not so much. We're replacing browser router with the hash router, and no need to change anything because I named it as router before. So that's good. And that's it. I think I'm gonna commit and push. Yeah, okay, live tree. And yarn deploy, I think, yeah, pre-deploy and yarn deploy. So we can run both scripts at once. And what you want to look at right now is that you go to the settings of your project. And if you scroll down here, wait, because this is not what it's gonna look like for you. It's not gonna look like this. It's gonna be at first empty, and then when you finish pushing here, this is gonna turn blue. Yeah, like this. It's gonna say your site's ready to be published. You're gonna think because it's blue, right? It's a good color and you never stop to read stuff. But it's gonna say something blue and a link and you're gonna click and it's not gonna work. Well, it worked now because if I refresh, it's already green. Okay? It's pretty fast. It could take like 30 seconds, 1 minute, you never know. But that's it. It's deployed and you can share this URL with everyone. And the nice part is that because you're using the hash router, when you open an URL, I know it should work like this everywhere, right? It's so trivial. But if you refresh here, wow, what happens? It shows a page. Otherwise, what would happen if you didn't use the hash router? You would get a 404. That's it. So if you do understand why that happens, or I did something wrong, or I showed something that didn't make sense here, just please leave a comment and explain myself. That way I learned something new. But I hope this video helps you. And if you want to get notified about the next one, you can subscribe here. In the next video, what I want to do is show how to publish this page. Instead of having this URL on GitHub, you can use your own custom domain. So you buy a domain, it usually costs around like $10 a year, and you can host your blog or whatever page you want to build in React. You can host it on GitHub for free, and you can point it to your custom domain, and you have like this whole hosting thing for free. That's pretty cool. So if you want to get notified about the next video, just subscribe below. That's it. See ya. Peace.